My closest friend Lisa asked me to be her maid of honor, oblivious to the fact that I'd been secretly involved with her fiancé, James, for 2 years. In her cozy living room, Lisa gripped my hands, her eyes sparkling with excitement and the glow of champagne. "Sophie, I can't picture anyone else by my side on the most important day of my life," she beamed, her engagement ring glinting in the sunlight streaming through the window. Behind her, framed engagement photos adorned every shelf and table, her joyful smile paired with James's polished charm, the image of the ideal couple everyone admired. I mustered a cheerful tone, praying my guilt didn't betray me. "I'm truly touched that you'd choose me," I replied. The irony stung, and a queasy knot tightened in my gut. It had all begun innocently, as these things often do. 2 years earlier, James and I were teamed up to plan Lisa's surprise birthday bash. She'd always adored grand celebrations, and pulling off a party for someone so particular demanded meticulous effort. Late nights spent arranging caterers and finalizing guest lists turned into long talks over coffee that lingered well into the early hours. One night, James opened up, admitting he felt cornered. "Lisa's moving so fast," he said, raking tense fingers through his thick hair. "She's got the engagement, the wedding, the honeymoon, even our future kids all mapped out. I never signed up for this pace, but I'm stuck, or I'll look like the villain." I should have stopped it there, urged him to discuss it with Lisa or end things if he wasn't all in. Instead, I lent a sympathetic ear. I heard him out, relating to his predicament while ignoring Lisa's side. One night, while Lisa pulled a double shift at the hospital, saving patients, I crossed a line in James's apartment, unraveling her future. We convinced ourselves it was a one-off, a slip fueled by wine and raw emotions. 2 years later, we were still repeating that slip 2 or 3 times a week, especially when Lisa's shifts kept her away. The wedding plans kicked off right after Lisa's birthday. She pulled me along to venue visits, cake samplings, gown fittings, and flower meetings. Each step was agony, watching her craft her dream day while I hid the secret that could shatter it all. She'd rave about tiny touches, the way sunlight would graze her dress, how the table decor would match the bridesmaid's attire, whether a live band or DJ would set the mood for their first dance. She'd obsessed over every detail, down to the napkin shades, each choice tied to a tale about her and James. "He adores peonies," she'd say, gesturing to bouquets. "His mom grew them. I want him to remember her when he sees them at our ceremony." Meanwhile, James texted me during these trips, short notes like, "Thinking of you," or "Need you tonight," that I'd erase before Lisa could spot them. The shame gnawed at me, but I couldn't break free. Neither could he. The passion was electric, intensified by the secrecy, a frantic craving born of stolen time and the risk of being caught. We'd sneak to hotels, his place when Lisa was on duty, sometimes mine when we knew she'd be tied up for hours. But it wasn't just physical. James shared things with me he didn't with Lisa, his anxieties, aspirations, tensions from work and family expectations. He'd hold me close after, confiding secrets he swore he'd never told a soul. Part of me suspected he was playing me, using closeness to excuse our actions, but I clung to the hope I was special to him. 3 months before the wedding, Lisa bared her deepest worry over wine at our monthly girls' night. "Sometimes James feels so far away," she said, twirling her glass uneasily. "He's there, but his thoughts aren't. Is that typical?" My stomach lurched so hard I nearly spilled my drink. "Just pre-wedding nerves," I said smoothly. "Totally common. Guys handle big changes differently." She nodded, calmed by my hollow reassurance. "You're right. I'm overanalyzing. Thank goodness you're here to steady me." If only she knew where his mind drifted in those distant moments, toward me, via covert texts. The tipping point hit last Tuesday night. Lisa called, weeping so hard her words were a jumble. "I found something in James's car," she gasped. My blood chilled, hands trembling as I gripped the phone. "What was it?" I asked, dread pooling in my chest. "A Victoria's Secret receipt, lingerie, pricey stuff in a size I'd never fit." The room spun. I recalled that day vividly, James buying me a red lace set I'd eyed in the store, eager to see me wear it, saying it'd haunt his thoughts. "Maybe it's for you," I ventured faintly. "A wedding night gift?" "No," she whispered, her pacing audible. "The date's from 3 weeks ago when I was at my mom's in Seattle for 2 weeks. He was supposedly alone, working late. Silence stretched like a void. My confession teetered on my lips, ready to end this torment. Then Lisa's tone shifted, icy, deliberate, unlike the warm friend I'd known since college. "I'm going to find her," she said coolly. "And when I do, I'll ruin her life like she's ruined mine." The call cut off, leaving me frozen, staring at my phone. That night, James called in a frenzy. "She suspects something," he said. "She's digging through my stuff, asking odd questions. What if she uncovers us?" "We have to stop this," I whispered, "before it's too late." "Stop what? Us or the engagement?" Before I could reply, he rushed on. "Sophie, you don't get it. My career hinges on deals from her dad's company. If this leaks, I lose it all. My home, my name, my life with her." His words cut deep. He never mentioned losing me or us. I was just a side note to his real world with Lisa. "You should have considered that before this began," I said, bitterness seeping through. "Don't pin this all on me," he snapped. "You were just as eager. You could have walked away. So could you, and you're the one who proposed to her, made promises." We hung up, both furious and terrified, options dwindling. 10 minutes later, my doorbell rang. The clock read 9:47 p.m., too late for unannounced guests. I peeked through the blinds, heart stopping. Lisa stood on my porch, lit by the glow of my doorway, but something felt off. She wasn't upset or frantic, just still, eerily composed, almost hunter-like. She knew. I approached the door, legs shaking. Through the peephole, her face was clear, her smile sharp, unnerving. "Sophie," she called, her voice oddly bright. "I know you're there. Your car's here, lights are on. We need to chat." I was cornered. Ignoring her would seal my guilt. I opened the door slowly, feigning calm. "Hey," I said, stepping aside. "You okay? You sounded shaken earlier." Lisa strode into my living room, scanning it like a stranger, though she'd visited countless times. Tonight, her movements were calculated, observant. "I've been mulling our talk," she said, settling on my couch with that chilling smile, "about the lingerie receipt and James seeming off." I sat in my armchair, keeping distance. "Did you ask him about it?" "Oh yes, a fascinating discussion." She crossed her legs at ease. "He swears it's a surprise for me. Quite a lavish one, La Perla. You familiar with that brand, Sophie?" My throat went dry. "I've heard of it. High-end stuff." "Very," she said, eyes locked on mine. "A costly set. Red lace, bold choice. Size 34C, oddly, since I'm a 36B. The walls closed in. Lisa knew my size. We'd shopped together, shared fitting rooms in college. "Maybe he misjudged?" I offered lamely. "At first I thought so," Lisa said, her tone steady. "Men aren't great with sizes. But why buy it while I was away? Why not wait so we could enjoy it together?" She pulled her phone from her purse, scrolling. "So I wondered what James was up to in Seattle." Then I recalled, "You helped with a work project that week. Client pitches, right? You two spent a lot of time together." My pulse pounded. "We tackled some proposals. Nothing big. At his place? Sometimes. And his office?" She nodded, processing. "You said he was stressed about the wedding. Kind of you to ease him through it." Her words chilled me. No direct blame, but her calm was more frightening than anger. "Lisa, what's this about?" I asked, grasping for control. "I told you," she said, tilting her head. "I'm piecing together why my fiancé bought lingerie in another size while I was gone, unless you've got a theory to help me." This was my moment to come clean, to end the deceit. Instead, I mumbled, "Maybe he got someone else to pick it for you, like a sister or friend." A weak lie, and we both knew it. Lisa nodded thoughtfully. "Interesting idea, but it doesn't cover why he was jittery when I asked, or why he can't recall where this surprise is stashed." She stood abruptly, smoothing her skirt. "I should let you rest. Just wanted your take, since you know us both so well." She moved to the door, then turned. "Oh, Sophie, I'm hiring a private investigator tomorrow, to ease my mind, you know? If James is clean, no issue. But if someone's hiding something," she shrugged, her smile frosty, "we'll deal with it when the time comes." After she left, I dialed James. He picked up instantly. "What did she want?" he demanded. "She knows," I said flatly. "Not everything, but enough. And James? She's getting a PI. Silence lingered so long I thought he'd hung up. "James, I'm here, thinking. Sophie, if they dig, they'll find it all. Hotel bills, dinner tabs, maybe pictures. I know. We need to stay apart until this fades. No calls, no meetups, nothing suspicious. And if it doesn't fade, if she gets proof, we deny it all. Say it's flimsy, just work stuff misconstrued." I couldn't believe him. "James, you'd lie to her with evidence staring at us?" "What else can we do?" he said, voice frantic. "Sophie, you don't see what this'll cost me. Her dad's firm funds my business. My name, our house, my whole life's tied to her." His words hurt again. I was expendable, a footnote to his life with Lisa. "You should have thought of that before we started," I said, anger rising. "Don't make this my fault," he retorted. "You were in this too. You could have stopped it." So could you. You're the one who vowed to marry her. We hung up, furious, scared, and cornered. Days crawled by, tense and slow. Every ring, text, or sound jolted me. I braced for Lisa's accusations, but got routine wedding updates instead. Florist notes, bachelorette party plans. The normalcy was worse than a fight, like she was toying with me, building a case. On Thursday, she texted about lunch Saturday. Just us, to go over last-minute wedding stuff. I agreed, knowing refusal would raise flags, but dread screamed it was a setup. I barely slept Friday. By Saturday, nerves had me ready to cancel, but I went. We met at our usual cafe, a cozy spot of past chats. Lisa was there, pristine in a white top and jeans, waving me over with a smile. "Sophie, right on time. I ordered for us." I sat, searching her face. "Thanks. What wedding stuff needs talking?" "Actually," she said, leaning in, "an update. Remember the pie I mentioned?" My stomach sank. "Did you hire him?" "Yes, a sharp ex-cop with a solid rep." She sipped her coffee calmly. "He's trailed James 3 days. Good news. No secret women this week. Just work, gym, home, model fiancé behavior." Relief flickered, then died. "But," she added, "he got James's credit card logs 6 months back. Court order makes a lot accessible." My hands shook. I hid them in my lap. "Turns out James has been busy. Hotel rooms on his card when he claimed late work. Fancy dinners at places we've never gone. Flowers sent to an address that's not ours or his office." She set a folder on the table. "Guess where those flowers went?" I stared, knowing my address was in there with who knew what proof. "Lisa, he's been texting and calling a number tied to someone close to me," she went on, opening the folder, laying out pages like evidence in a trial. Phone logs highlighted in yellow, hotel charges circled in red, photos from weeks ago before we got cautious. Us leaving a hotel, kissing in a parking lot, me exiting his building at 7 a.m. when Lisa thought I was at spin class. 2 years, Lisa said, her calm cracking. "The trail goes back 2 years, Sophie. 2 years of deceit." I was mute, frozen. The proof was ironclad. "The PI says you've been meeting twice a week at least. Hotels, his place, yours, even a weekend at that inn I wanted for our honeymoon." That stung like a blade. James had taken me to her dream spot. "Say something," Lisa demanded, emotion breaking through. "Make me understand how my best friend could do this." I met her gaze, watching our bond dissolve. The Lisa from college was gone, replaced by someone hardened by betrayal. "I'm sorry," I whispered, feeble and useless. "Sorry?" Her voice spiked, drawing eyes. "That's all. 2 years of sleeping with my fiancé, and sorry's your answer." "Lisa, please, let me..." "Explain what?" "How you reassured me when I sensed him slipping away, knowing why. How you planned my wedding while bedding him. How you grinned as I chose my gown, maybe wearing that red lace under yours the night before." Her words lashed me, deservedly. "It wasn't meant to happen," I said, frantic. "It grew out of control. We tried to quit, but what?" "You couldn't resist. My heart didn't matter. Ruining me was worth the thrill." Nearby diners stared. Lisa didn't flinch. "I never wanted to hurt you," I said, tears falling. "You didn't want to be caught," she shot back. "Big difference." She was right. If I cared, I'd have stopped after day 1. Instead, I'd craved the rush, the feeling of being picked over her. "What now?" I asked. Lisa gathered the papers, precise and methodical. "First, I confront James with this, watch him squirm. Then I cancel the wedding, venue, flowers, photos. Tell guests my maid of honor slept with the groom." Shame burned me. The idea of being a scandal whispered about was brutal. "Then," Lisa said, "I sue you for alienation of affection. Old law, still valid here. You could pay for wrecking my relationship." I'd never heard of it, but trusted her research. "And James?" "James loses it all," she said, a cold edge of triumph in her tone. "His contracts with my dad's firm have ethics clauses. When my father hears this, James is done in this field." She rose, grabbing her purse. "I loved you like family," she said softly. "I trusted you with my hopes, fears, everything. I'd have moved mountains for you. Lisa, She cut me off. "No more apologies, no excuses. Stay away from me and him. If I see you anywhere I am, I'll tell everyone what you really are." She left me in the cafe, buried in the ruins of our friendship, guilt choking me. I called James from home, hands unsteady. "She's got it all," I said. "Photos, charges, logs, 2 years of proof." "Damn it," he muttered, pacing. "Okay, we say it was rare, meaningless, a regret." "James, she's got pictures, receipts. We can't dodge this." "Then what?" "Confess and let her torch us." "She's torching us anyway. At least be honest." "Honest about being awful? How's that better?" I saw then James would never own up, always dodging blame. I can't keep this up, I said quietly. Can't what? Lie, hide, pretend we're not the bad guys. I took a breath. I'm calling Lisa, telling her everything, the truth, no spin. Sophie, no, she'll use it in court. Let her. I'll face what I've earned. I won't, he said, icy. You won't ruin me to feel better. He hung up. 20 minutes later, a text from an unknown number. If you talk to Lisa or admit anything, I'll deny it all. Say you chased me, obsessed. I've got proof you reached out first. Don't push me. I stared, stunned. James was flipping the script, painting me as the stalker after years of claiming he cared. I called Lisa, expecting no answer. She picked up on the third ring. What, Sophie? The whole truth, no lies. I've got the truth, evidence. You've got facts. Not the story, how it began, why it lasted, how I wanted to confess but feared the fallout. Silence lingered. Fine, she said. One shot, my place. Now, and Sophie, if you hide anything, you'll regret it forever. An hour later, I sat in Lisa's living room, amid engagement photos I'd helped stage, wedding binders I'd built, the wreckage I'd caused. Lisa sat, stone-faced, waiting. I spilled it all, how James seemed lost during birthday planning, how my support turned intimate, then physical, how we called it a fluke, then fate, then unstoppable. I detailed hotels, lies for time alone, near misses of exposure. I confessed the guilt that consumed me, the pull of secrecy that drew me back. I shared his doubts about their bond, times he put me above her, moments he made me feel worth the risk. I admitted the recent weeks when the burden grew crushing, but fear silenced me. Lisa listened, unmoving. Do you love him? She asked. The question jolted me. I thought so, but I think I just loved being wanted, feeling chosen. And him? Does he love you? I recalled his threat, his self-preservation. He loves himself too much. Lisa nodded, unsurprised. He called me 20 minutes ago, said you were fixated, wore him down, claimed you're framing him for rejecting you. My gut sank. Lisa, that's not true. I swear. I know, she said. I've seen James work people for 3 years. He's slick, makes you feel unique. His story doesn't fit him. She played a recording, James's voice, spinning me as the aggressor, him the reluctant victim. I taped it, Lisa said. Knew he'd twist it, sell you out. Why tell me? Because you're here, owning your part. He's playing victim. She stood, gazing out the window. Wedding's off. I've called the venue, caterer, photographer. Lost $15,000 in deposits. I flinched. Lisa, I'll repay you. Whatever. With what? She turned. You're a freelancer scraping by. It'd take years, and I don't want ties to you. Then how do I fix this? She faced me, sadness in her eyes. Vanish. From my life, our friends, any place I might be. Let me mend without seeing you. I'll move, I said. Get a job elsewhere. You won't see me again. She nodded. Good. Pack what matters. Leave the rest. Start fresh. Be better. I paused at the door. For what it's worth, James never deserved you. You'll find someone who'd never gamble losing you. You'll be happier without him. I know, Lisa said. But that doesn't erase what you did. I know. Sorry's too small, but I am. Sorry, ashamed, knowing I wrecked the best bond I had for something fake. She said nothing. I left, never seeing her again. I quit my job that Monday, moved to Seattle in 2 weeks, taking only clothes and essentials. Starting over at 31 was daunting, but felt like my only shot at atonement. For 6 months I struggled, guilt and loneliness crippling me. I'd wake, wanting to text Lisa a funny story, then recall I'd burned that bridge. Therapy helped, unpacking my choices, my betrayal. I took a design job, kept quiet, built a new life slowly. James faded from my world. Word from old friends said Lisa's dad tanked his career, contracts cut, reputation shot. He fled to his hometown, working for a cousin's tiny firm. 18 months later, a text from an unknown number. Marrying next month to someone honest. Thought you'd want to know I got my happy ending. I knew it was Lisa. I typed, erased replies, then sent, I'm truly glad. You deserve all joy. No response came, as expected. 3 years on, I'm in Seattle. Decent job, a few friends unaware of my past, a simple, honest life. I date cautiously, relearning trust. I wonder sometimes what if I'd skipped Lisa's party planning, if James and I never connected, never spiraled into chaos. But that's pointless. We chose. I chose. And those choices reshaped lives. I think of Lisa often, especially on her would-be wedding day. I hope she's joyful, with a man who cherishes her fully. I hope she has her dream life, just with a worthier partner. For me, I carry my actions' weight. Some days, guilt paralyzes me. Most, I'm thankful for a fresh start, a chance to improve. I won't forgive myself for hurting Lisa, but I'm inching toward forgiving my humanity, my awful errors, my poor judgment. It's not absolution, I may not earn that, but it's progress, and sometimes that's sufficient. The toughest truth I grasped is some wounds can't be healed, only endured. Some bonds can't be mended, only grieved. Some missteps reshape you forever. I'm not the woman who stood as Lisa's maid of honor while betraying her. I hope I'm better, truer, wiser to my choices ripple. If I've learned one thing, it's that secrets corrode, dissolving all that's good until only deceit remains. Truth hurts, crushes, alters lives, but it's the only ground for anything real. I told the truth too late for Lisa and me, but not too late to save myself from becoming someone I couldn't face. That has to suffice.